All right, it's 4:02 and we are going to start the webinar now. Good afternoon to everyone joining us from Asia and a very good morning to our friends in Europe. A warm welcome to the DM70X product launch webinar. We are thrilled to have you with us here today. To get things started, we have a short teaser video lineup to give you a glimpse of what in store over the next exciting hour. Let's take a look. All right, I hope that video got everyone excited for what's to come. I'm Mark Raj from Sales and Account Management team, and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar. I'm joined by three of my colleagues, Chua, our Marketing Manager, Jet from Research and Development, and Adam from Product Management. Behind the scenes, we also have our colleague Shada, our unsung hero who is coordinating the webinar slides. Together, we are here to take you through the DM70X journey. Here is what you can expect in today's session. We'll begin with an introduction to the DM70X, highlighting its key features and unique benefits that set it apart in the market. Next, we will share results from our internal tests where we have benchmarked the DM70X against leading competitors. This testing was divided into two focus areas, tool life and surface finish performance. Following that, we will present a successful case study from one of our partners, showcasing real-world impact of the DM70X. To wrap things up, we will take you through the product value curve, provide updates on the obsolescence program based on this DM70 launch, and close with a Q&A session. Throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A box below. We will address them at the end of the session. Also, to keep things interactive, we will be launching few quick polls during the session. We love for you to participate and your input means a lot to us. To kick off the webinar, I'd like to invite my colleague Chua to deliver the opening remarks. Over to you, Chua.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Whether you are a long-time partner or new to HPMT, we are glad to have you here. Now today, as Mark was saying, we are thrilled to introduce you a game-changing tool, which is DM70X. With us now, which is our R&D engineer, our product specialist, and also our sales team member. We are all here ready to provide the answers to your questions, not only during this session, and also after today's event. So do make an appointment with us for more insight about DM70X or any HPMT products. So before we begin, let's take a quick updates about HPMT marketing. As part of our digital transformations, we always strive for continuous improvement. And we listen to your feedback, and we are excited to inform you that the Tool Advisor 2.0 will be launching soon. Now, this will be updated towards the end of the event by Mark later. And on top of that, also this year, we take part actually in 5 exhibitions with our partners. During the exhibition, we showcase, our product innovation as well as helping our business networking. This initiative actually reinforces our commitment to support our partner growth. And you may find all these activities, whether it's product information, HPMT latest news, all on our social media platform. So do follow us on our LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and also TikTok. And lastly, customer experience and so satisfaction are the heart of everything that we do. We truly value your feedback. Thus, a short survey will be sent to you after this session. And we thank you in advance for taking time to complete it. Now, without further ado, let me pass back to Mark to continue the session. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy.
Thank you, Chua, for the opening remarks. As you know, our journey with DM70 series, which was launched 2.5 years ago, has seen impressive traction and remarkable result, widely adopted both in Asia and Europe. Through continuous upgrade in our equipment and production system, we discover even greater potential for enhancing this tool line. Our rigorous tests have shown breakthrough performance with this new DM70X, achieving results that rival and even surpass some of the global leaders in this segment. We are very proud of this achievement and are thrilled to introduce to you today the new DM70X, an innovation that sets a new benchmark in performance and reliability. Okay, let's get started. Machining hardened steel is a fundamental process in mold and die industry and plays a vital role across range of sectors, including plastic injection for mold bases and cavity inserts, such as plastic bottle molds, automotive for stamping dies like connecting rods, as well as mold for car lamps, semiconductor for lead frame IC molds and heat sink dies, dental and medical for dental prosthetic dies, including orthodontic brackets and artificial tooth molds, as well as surgical instrument mold. This application demands high precision and exceptional durability, making the cutters a key factor in overall performance. Now let's get a quick input from all of you. I'm launching our first poll for today. Give me a second while I launch the poll. So the first poll for today is, what is the most common sector for machining hardened steel material in your region? You can select more than one choice. So there will be a poll appear on your screen. Just select what you feel that is most common in your region. So I can see automotive and plastic injection are the leading choices, followed by dental and semiconductor. If the sector is not available in the list, you can select others and you can specify the segment. Okay, I'm going to end the poll right now. And here are the results. So thank you all for your input. Your response closely aligned with the insight we have gathered as well, which is great to see. Automotive and plastic injection leading the poll. Up next, I'm going to hand over to my colleague Adam, who will walk us through what makes DM70X truly stands out. Over to you, Adam.
Thank you very much, Mark. That was a great introduction to the series. There are three main benefits of HPMT's new DM70X series. Firstly, is the extended tool life you will get, which means maximum uptime in your machining and less tool changes required. Next is a superior surface finishing on the workpiece, thus needing minimal post-processing after your machining is completed. The DM70X also offers a complete tooling coverage for every operation for all of your machining needs. Now, before I move on to a little more detail on the features, Mark, I believe we have a poll here, right?
Yes, we do, and I'm going to launch them.
So here's the second poll for the day. We would like to understand what are the main challenges you face while machining hardened steel materials in your region. This is also a multiple choice question, so please select whichever you feel applies to you and is relevant. And if there are other challenges which are not listed here, please do select others and type in the text box the challenges you face.
Okay, I'm going to end the poll right now, and here are the results.
I can see the top answers are poor surface finishing, poor tool life, and limited product range. And this is in line with the three main benefits that the DM70X offers. So I'm very confident that the DM70X series could be the solution for you and your machining process. Moving up to the features. Firstly, we use a new and improved B0909X coating with higher silicon content. This provides higher heat and wear resistance when machining hardened steels, which results in significantly longer tool life for the tools. Maintaining tool performance under high-speed conditions is also an additional benefit of this new improved coating. The new coating also has better adhesion, smoother surface, and provides better chip evacuation, and smoother surface is even visible to the naked eye, as you can see in the image. Next up, we have also made some changes in certain geometries of the tools. One change, as you can see on the left, is that we gave the tools a differential pitch design to reduce vibrations and chatter by introducing unequal flute spacing in between the flutes. This helps to deliver an improved surface finishing on the workpiece. Next, as you can see on the right, we have also enhanced the dish angle of the tools. This minimizes irregular tool movement to reduce wear and further ensuring longer tool life. We have also optimized the back taper for our micro ball nose tools. Bear in mind, this is applicable to ball nose end mills with less than 4 millimeters in diameter. This was done to reduce deflection while machining in deep or narrow cavities and reducing vibrations for better surface finishing, tighter tolerance, and higher dimensional accuracy. From the image here, you can see how this back taper actually results in reduced deflection. Another geometry we have optimized is the chisel angle design of the ball nose end mills, which plays a role in both providing a superior surface finishing and longer tool life. How those two are achieved are due to the smoother cutting action and improved wear resistance. This change also comes with another benefit, which is the stability it provides during the cutting process, which results in high precision and machining consistency for both semi-finishing and finishing operations. Last but not least, we have applied a new and different edge technology for the DM70X series, which provides a more uniform cutting edge for consistent machining. It also gives a smooth edge surface which enhances coating adhesion and chip flow to produce a superior surface finishing on the workpiece. This supreme edge technology also reduces friction and abrasion, which also contributes to a longer tool life. For this feature, I would like to pass the mic to Jet to go into a little more detail for everyone. On to you, Jet.
Thank you, Adam. Now let's have a closer look at one of the most exciting features of our DM70X, the Supreme Edge technology. As we all know, the cutting edge is one of the most critical aspects of any cutting tool. Its uniformity and precision directly impact the performance, the tool life, and also the quality of the surface finishing. So thanks to the dedicated efforts of everyone involved in this project, we have successfully developed the Supreme Edge technology, a breakthrough that enhances performance, tool life, and also surface finishing. So with this technology, we are able to achieve a smoother micro profile on the cutting edge, eliminate micro defects caused by grinding process, and also significantly boost wear resistance. As illustrated in the 3D image, untreated edge appears to be sharp but uneven. In contrast, with Supreme Edge technology, the edge is noticeably smoother and also more uniform. Now, let me show you something even more interesting on the next slide. So here you can see these highly detailed 3D images that reveal the intricate microstructures of the cutting edge, offering very valuable insights that enhance our technical understanding. So in year 2024, HPMT made a significant investment in a high-precision laser microscope. This advanced equipment not only enabled us to develop and implement the Supreme Edge technology, but also gave us the ability to precisely alter and also measure the micro profile of cutting edge to meet specific application requirements. So with this capability, we can now tailor the cutting edge geometry to suit different types of machining applications. On the right, the measurement graph demonstrates how we have adjusted the edge roundness to optimize performance for various cutting conditions. For example, the smaller radius might be more suitable for the softer materials, while the bigger radius more to the harder materials. Adam, what about the product range?
Thanks, Jet. As mentioned before, the DM70 will have every tool for all of your machining needs. And here is the overview of the product ranges, ranging from square end mills to torus end mills to ball nose. from standard end mills to miniature long neck end mills, and even a 7-flute multi-flute end mill for this series. Overall, the program comes with 13 EDPs and 1,300 SKUs. Now, this covers the introduction, benefits, features, and the product range overview. Now, back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Adam, for sharing the key features and benefit of the DM70X and also the product range and its variants. Now, let's move on to our third poll for today. Going to launch them. So the third poll for today is, which is the most common tool type variants in your region within this machining segment? So as you can see, there's straight shank, there's recess welded. So this one also, you can choose more than one option. So for now, as you can, straight shank and recess is being selected the most. There are also selection on welded and recess and welded. All right, I'm going to end the poll right now. Okay, I'm going to wait for a while because I still see there are input coming in. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Here are the results. All right, as you can see, as expected, standard and recess variants are the most commonly used, while welded and recess plus welded are not so common in the market. However, it's still being selected. Even though these welded and recess welded are not available in our standard range, we are fully capable of producing them. If there is demand for this variant, just reach out to us and we will be happy to coordinate the arrangement with you. Now I'll pass to my colleague Jet to share on the various internal testing we have done against the major brand in this market segment. Over to you, Jet.
Thank you, Mark. All right, let's start with our internal tool test focusing on tool life first. Before we dive into the tool test results, let me give you a quick overview of the context and also our testing approach. So internally, we conducted extensive amount of tool tests across various tool types, including end mills, torus end mills, and bonus end mills. So these tools are tested on workpiece materials such as StarVex with 52 HRC, SKD11 with 58 HRC, and also S136H with 52 HRC. In this test, the performance of DM70X was compared against the leading tools in the mold and die market. Now, let's start with diameter 6 end mill side milling process on StarVex material first. Here's a quick overview of the cutting parameters with cutting speed 7,500 RPM, feed rate 3,000 mm per minute, cutting depth 6 mm, and cutting width 0.1 mm. This test is done in the Makino machine. Specifically, we compared it with some of the most popular and leading industry choices, including competitor J, N, M, and Y from Asia. In this test, DM70X demonstrated the lowest wear rate among all the tools tested, showing a very clear advantage in terms of tool life compared to the other competitors. Competitor J showed nearly 3 times more wear, while competitor Y showed close to double the wear compared to DM70X. Beyond the measurement data, the visual inspection actually also further displayed this performance gap, with the images clearly highlighting the superior condition of our DM70X. Next, let's move on to the diameter 6 end mill side milling test conducted on the harder material SKD11 with 58 HRC. Here are the cutting parameters we use for this test. Cutting speed 8,000 RPM, feed rate 4,000 mm per minute, cutting depth 6 mm, and cutting width 0.1 mm. The highlighted area on the tool indicates the specific region we focus on for the wear rate observation. The images shown represent 2 critical points, the starting section of the cutting edge and also the end of the cutting depth of 6 mm area. As you all can see, when working with the tougher 58 HRC SKD11 material, the DM70X demonstrates an even greater advantage in both wear rate and also tool life. The visual evidence clearly tells us just how impressive the DM70X performance is. Moving on to the next one, we will take a look at diameter 6 torus end mill face milling test conducted on 52 HRC StarVex material. Here are the parameters of this test: cutting speed 7,500 RPM, feed rate 2,800 mm per minute, cutting depth 0.1 mm, and cutting width 2.7 mm. In this test, our focus is on the circled area at the top of the tool, which we internally refer to as the end face. The images presented are magnified views of this specific region to provide a clearer observation of the wear patterns. Based on the results, DM70X performs on par with competitor M and significantly outperforms the other two competitors J and Y. Competitor J and Y are showing nearly double the wear. Since wear rate is always closely linked to the surface finishing quality, and no doubt torus MU is often used in finishing operations, DM70X proves to be a highly suitable and also reliable choice. Proceeding to the next test, we will show you diameter 6 torus end-mill face milling test on SKD11 with 58 HRC. In this test, the SKD11 material presents a higher level of hardness, which poses a greater challenge for all the tools. The tools will be tested under cutting speed 7,500 RPM, feed rate 2,800 mm per minute, cutting depth 0.06 mm, and cutting width 2.1 mm. The competitor that performed on par with DM70X in the previous StarVex test could not maintain the same level of performance under these cutting conditions. As for the other two competitors, their wear rates was significantly higher, with competitor N showing nearly 4 times the wear compared to DM70X. This performance gap is even more obvious in the visual comparison, clearly reinforcing the advantage of our DM70X. Next, we will look at the test result for bonus MU, a very critical tool in the mold and die industry. We will begin with the diameter 6 bonus, followed by diameter 1. So now let's start with the diameter 6 bonus face milling test on StarVex material first. In this test, the tools are tested under cutting speed 9,000 RPM, feed rate 3,000 mm per minute, cutting depth 0.08 mm, and cutting width 0.07 mm. Under these cutting parameters, DM70X delivered the best performance, recording the lowest wear rate among all the tools tested. Competitor N and competitor M follow very closely with good performance as well, showing only slightly higher wear. However, competitor J and competitor Y display a much more noticeable gap in terms of performance, with wear rates nearly 3 times higher compared to DM70X. I believe the close-up view images of the tool condition can help everyone to understand the differences better. Now, let's continue with another diameter 6 bonus face milling test, but this time it is tested on the more challenging SKD11 with 58 HRC. Once again, DM70X demonstrated outstanding performance on harder materials like SKD11. The cutting parameters are cutting speed 9,000 RPM, feed rate 3,000 mm per minute, cutting depth 0.06 mm, and cutting width 0.07 mm. The wear rate and tool life clearly outperform the other market-leading tools. Even from the visual comparison alone, it's very impressive to see that the competitors are not performing at the same level as DM70X in this test. Thanks to the integration of the new chisel angle, the impressive Supreme Edge technology, and also the enhanced B0909X coating, DM70X truly delivers very outstanding performance. Up to now, I think we have shown quite a few tool tests for bigger diameter. Maybe some of you might be thinking, what about the performance of smaller diameter tools, right? So now let's switch to the diameter 1 bonus face milling test on both StarVex and also SKD11. We will begin with the result of StarVex first. In this test, all the diameter 1 bonus tools are tested under cutting speed 30,000 RPM, feed rate 1,800 mm per minute, cutting depth 0.02 mm, and cutting width 0.03 mm. Competitor M is the top performer here with the best wear rate and tool life, but DM70X also came very closely in second place. However, there's another important aspect that we will review together shortly. DM70X delivered the second best wear rate, closely trailing competitor M, while competitors J and N show comparatively weaker performance. Thanks to our strategic investment in a high-precision laser microscope, we have strong confidence in our tools as it allows us to both observe and also precisely analyze the small diameter tools that we could not do this before. We firmly believe that to truly excel, it's not enough to just have the right machine or the right equipment to produce the tools. We must also be able to measure and also analyze with precision. Similarly to the previous test, we will now show the results for the diameter 1 bonus face milling on the higher hardness SKD11 workpiece. In this test, the cutting comparators are 30,000 RPM, feed rate of 1,800 mm per minute, cutting depth of 0.02 mm, and cutting width of 0.03 mm. Once again, the top performers are competitor M and also DM70X, both showing excellent wear resistance. Competitor M is the best performer in this case, but we can see that DM70X is actually not far away from the top spot. In contrast, competitors J, N, and Y fell significantly behind, with competitor N having nearly double the wear and competitor Y showing almost triple the wear compared to the leading tools. Over to you, Mark.
Right, thank you, Jet, for sharing the insight on the tool life benchmarking test. Before we move on to the surface finish benchmarking test, let's take a moment to better understand our audience machining application strategies. So here come our fourth poll for today. So the fourth poll is, what is the most common machining application for hardened steel in your region? So for this, you can select more than one option as well. So majority is being face milling, side milling, and profiling is being selected the most. There are others as well that are choosing slotting, trochadel milling, and also ramping. All right, I'm going to stop and share the results. Here are the results. All right. Thank you all for your response. As expected, side milling, face milling, and profiling are the most commonly used application. We also see some of you selecting slotting, trochadel milling, and also ramping, method that are not so common in our usual experience, but maybe more common in your region. We love to learn more about your practice, so we will be reaching out separately to better understand your specific application. Okay, back to you, Jet.
Thank you, Mark. Now, if everyone can recall, earlier on, I did mention that competitor M achieved the best wear rate in the diameter 1 ball nose test. But there is another important aspect that we need to consider. Now, here it is. Let's see what we have for surface finishing comparison. One of the most critical factors in the mold and die industry. To begin with, we will look at the surface finishing results of diameter 1 ball nose. In this test, we use the diameter 1 ball nose tools to perform a face milling finishing process on S136H material. In this test, we are going to compare our DM70X diameter 1 ball nose together with the other competitors, with the main objective to find out which tool will deliver the best surface finishing quality. In this test, all tools were used to machine the same surface area under identical conditions. The image above is a laser scan image of the machine workpiece surface, while the image below was captured using a standard camera. Both the visual inspection and the scientific laser scanning confirm the same result, clearly highlighting the superior surface finish achieved by the DM70X. As you can see, in terms of surface finishing, DM70X appeared to be better as the workpiece machined by DM70X stands out with a smooth and also shiny surface. Visually, competitor Y follow next in surface finish quality, then competitors M and N. As for competitor J, the workpiece shows noticeable line marks. This is likely due to the higher tool wear compared to the others. I understand that maybe some of you might not be able to see clearly based on these images, but don't worry, as I will show you even more details next. So apart from the visual comparison I just showed, we also conducted a surface finishing analysis on the workpiece surface machined by each of the two. And here are the measurement results. It is presented in two forms, line roughness RA and also surface roughness SA. So in both measurements, DM70X stands out as the clear winner, demonstrating superior surface quality compared to the other tools. Here, we would like to show you how we perform the in-depth analysis of surface finishing. With the laser microscope equipment that we have, we were able to conduct detailed scannings, including both optical and laser scanning, rotate the 3D surface profile to visualize the height variations, to generate the highly accurate roughness graph. For your information, laser scanning has smaller size compared to contact measurement methods such as traditional physical roughness probe heads, and therefore increasing its accuracy and also precision. These capabilities allow us to measure surface finishing with exceptional precision. The results presented in the two tables clearly highlight the outstanding performance of DM70X, achieving an impressive RA of 0.16 micron and SA of 0.165 micron. Here, this one is the clearer side-by-side comparison of DM70X with the competitors of all of you to visualize better. Last but not least, let's take a look at the surface finishing for diameter 6 ball nose on S136H workpiece. In this test, we use the diameter 6 ball nose to perform a face milling finishing process on S136 material. Next up, I will show you how is DM70X performing compared to the rest of the competitors here. Looking at the workpiece itself, we can clearly tell that DM70X is the winner. This is also verified again with laser microscope and the 3D laser scanning patterns that show us the same result. The shape formed by cutting process on the workpiece surface is smoother in DM70X compared to the rest. Visually, we can say that DM70X has good surface finishing as we can see bigger light reflection and shiny surface. As shown in the graph, DM70X, competitor J, and competitor Y deliver nearly comparable top-tier surface finishing measurements, while competitor J records a slightly better and lower value. It's important to remember that the actual surface finishing condition on the workpiece demonstrated just now will tell a more complete story. So combining both visual and also measurement, competitor J and DM70X are the two top leading performers. In contrast, competitor N recorded the highest RA and SA values, showing the roughest surface among all tested tools. Here is the detailed measurement result we extracted from our in-depth analysis. The images that we are seeing now is actually magnified to 480 times to be able to see the patterns so clearly. Based on the result, DM70X achieved an impressive RA of 0.245 micron and SA of 0.374 micron. Here is a side-by-side comparison of the DM70X against its competitors to give you a clearer overall picture. So to quickly summarize what I have just covered just now, the DM70X delivers outstanding performance in both wear rate and tool life, as demonstrated through our extensive internal testing. In addition to its durability, the DM70X also excels in surface finishing, setting a whole new benchmark in its class. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope my sharing has been both informative and also helpful in deepening your understanding of our DM70X and the value it will bring to your machining operations. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Jet, for sharing the benchmarking result on Tool Life Expect. It's clear we have come a long way from our earlier version like the SCBN60 and the original DM70. We have seen strong performance on materials such as Starwax at 52 HRC and SKD11 at 58 HRC, which from my understanding are among the most commonly machined hardened steel material. But Jet, have we tested our DM70X on even hardened material? Maybe something closer to 70 HRC?
This is a very good question, Mark. I believe some of us here have the same question as well. So for this, we also conducted an internal test on an even higher hardness material, which is Vanadis 23. This Vanadis 23 material has HRC value up to 67. You can see that even after 2 hours of machining, the tool is still in very good condition, and no doubt it can continue further. The wear is only about 30 micron. So with this, let me assure all of you again that DM70X tool life is truly remarkable. I wish I can share more today, but due to time constraint, I have to stop here. Back to you, Mark.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Thank you for the great insight. Now, it will be interesting for us to learn more about the material hardness you typically work in your region. So let us move on to our fifth poll for today. All right, so the fifth poll is, what is the typical hardened steel material hardness range in HRC that you commonly machine in your region? So for this, you can select more than one option as well. It's very even, as in. Okay. Okay, I'm going to end the poll, and here are the results. Okay, as expected, majority of you guys selected a 50 to 60 HRC, which is indeed very common in the mold and die industry based on our understanding. We're going to close the results. However, we also notice a number of you selected 60 to 70 HRC, which is great to see. And we have tested the DM70X on material in the higher range as well. And the result has been very positive. So if you are working with ultra hard steel, you can use the DM70X with confidence. Next up, I'll pass to my colleague Adam to share on the external test report we have received from one of our partners. Over to you, Adam.
Thank you so much, Mark. Before we dive deep into the external tests, just a quick summary for the test by our customers. These two tests were done by one of our reputable customers in the medical mold industry, using both our Taurus end mills and Bornos end mill. Both tests were done on S136H material with a hardness of 52 HRC. For the first test, here is the results with our A6H Taurus end mill. The tool was used for a total cutting time of 4.5 hours, and at the end of the cutting, our customer gave us the feedback that the A6H has low wear rate and long tool life with an average face wear of 20 microns with good surface finishing on their workpiece. You can also see on the 4 zoomed in images on the right that the flutes are still in visibly good condition. And moving on to the second test, here's the results with our A6Q ball nose end mills. The tool was used for a total cutting time of 3.5 hours, and at the end of the cutting, the A6Q only has a wear of 23 microns on the outside diameter. Similarly, in the zoomed in images, you can see that the flutes are still in very good condition. We have gotten feedback that both tools are still good to be used in the second component. We have more external tool tests, but unfortunately, due to time constraints, we will have to conclude the test here. And now I would like to show everyone a video of the DM70X tools in action. Now let's break down the video a little bit. What you just saw in the video just now was 6 of our DM70X tools in action, ranging from square, Taurus, ball nose, and miniature long neck ball nose end mills in different applications from roughing, semi-finishing, slotting, finishing, machining a workpiece from a complete block into a mold. This is an actual request from our customer in Malaysia to simulate actual machining of a CPU fan mold on S136 material. This would be the performance you would be expecting and in the real world scenario. Next, I would like to pass the mic back to Mark to summarize everything so far. On to you, Mark.
Thank you, Adam, for sharing the external test result and also the impressive DM70X machining video of the CPU fan mold. Now that we have covered both internal and external benchmarking report, I'll be summarizing the key takeaway in a single slide. But before we move on, we have one final poll for today. So I need your one last time to share your input. So the last poll for today is, who are the main competitors in your region for this hardened steel market segment? You can select more than one if they are also equally present in your market. Very equal on the competitors being selected. If you have any other competitors that is not listed in this list, you can click others and you can select input the competitor details on number 2. All right, I'm going to end the poll, and here are the results for everyone's reference. Okay, I'm going to stop the sharing. Thank you everyone for all your response. The result is very insightful for us. So thank you. So now let's take a look at the product value curve comparing DM70X against the leading competitor in this segment. First up, in terms of tool life, DM70X clearly outperformed all 4 competitors in this area, offering significantly better tool life. Next up, surface finish. We see similar trend here. DM70X delivers superior result. As for product range, while we are slightly behind the other competitors in terms of varieties, our current lineup already covers the majority of common application. That said, if you have specific need or see strong potential for a particular spec which is not available in our standard offering, do reach out to us, and we are very much open to expanding the range to meet your market demand. Also, you may have noticed that the graph for competitor Y ends at surface finish. This isn't an error or glitch. We simply don't have enough data to complete the rest of the graph for this competitor. Okay, moving on to tolerance class. Our tolerance is comparable to competitor and also just slightly behind some of them, but still we are well within the market accepted standard. Lastly, for price, this is where things get interesting. In terms of competitiveness, lower pricing is better. We are positioned lower compared to competitor M and N, and while the DM70X is priced slightly above competitor J, it brings an additional advantage in terms of tool life and surface quality. And now, an important announcement on the pricing. Despite the improved coating, the addition of Supreme Edge technology, and the design enhancement, the DM70X will be priced exactly the same as DM70. Let me repeat that. There is no price increase with the DM70X. This is a strategic decision to support you, our partners, in gaining stronger traction and deeper market penetration. Next. The DM70X is officially launched starting today. You can scan on the QR code on the screen to download the product leaflet. If you are using a mobile device or tablet and can't scan the code, don't worry, we'll be sending you a follow-up email shortly after the webinar, which will include both the product leaflet and a copy of this webinar presentation, which you can share to your colleagues and customers who weren't able to join for today's session. Most of the common sizes are readily available, so feel free to reach out and place your order for testing. We are confident that whoever is using this tool would be very impressed. I'm sure some of you are currently using our S16, DM70, and SCBN60 tools. As the saying goes, with every dose that open, another one closes. With the launch of the DM70X, we would like to officially announce that production of both the DM70 and SCBN60 has been discontinued. Moving forward, we will be focusing exclusively on the DM70X product line. For those who are still using this soon-to-be discontinued series, we strongly encourage you to transition to this new DM70X. The best part? You will enjoy superior performance at the same price as the previous DM70 and SCBN60. If you have any concern or face any challenges during this transition, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We will be happy to work closely with you to ensure a smooth and successful switch. Now we move on to the Q&A session. I see we have some questions already in place, but if you have any more questions, feel free to share them in the Q&A box. But before we dive into answering your question, I would like to take a moment to share some marketing updates. Firstly, some of you may already know this as you have started placing orders, but for those who are not aware, we have launched our own range of turning inserts. These are available in 4 different grades, each designed for specific material: steel, cast iron, stainless steel, and super alloy. The steel and cast iron grades are currently in stock, while the stainless steel and super alloy grades will be available very soon. If you are interested or would like to have more information, please contact your respective sales representative. Second, coming tentatively in Q3, our new 9-flute multi-flute tool, designed for fast roughing with reduced tool wear in high efficiency machining. We're excited to introduce this tool in 2 performance lines. Optimum line, designed for general purpose market for below 45 HRC, and will come in 2 variants, standard and long, starting from diameter 8 to diameter 20. Nitico series, tailored for high performance application for below 52 HRC, and it will come in 4 different variants: standard, long reach, long with chip breaker, and extra long with chip breaker, from diameter 8 to diameter 25. If this is something you are interested in or see potential in your region to test, let us know. We will be happy to coordinate on providing some samples for testing. Next up, also launching tentatively in Q3, our upcoming high fit series, designed for high metal removal rates using low depth of cut and high fit per tool. This series will be available in 2 lines: Nitico series for materials below 52 HRC will be available in 3 variants: standard, long, and extra long, ranging from diameter 1 to diameter 25. Extension from the DM70X for hardened steel from 50 to 70 HRC, which also will come in 3 variants: standard, long, and extra long, ranging from diameter 1 to diameter 16. Similar with the multi-flutes, if you'd like to evaluate this new high-fit solution, do reach out to us and we will be happy to coordinate on providing some samples for testing. Lastly, HPMT Tool Advisor. It was launched in May last year. This powerful tool selection is a platform I strongly recommend. Here is what you can do with the Tool Advisor. Easily find the right tool based on your specific application and requirement. Secondly, access complete tool specification sheets, cutting parameters tailored to your target material, with the option to download them in Excel or PDF format for easy sharing. Thirdly, instantly download tool drawings in 2D DXF format and also 3D in STP formats. Now that we have launched the DM70X, all 1,329 SKUs have been fully updated and available in the Tool Advisor. We are also working on enhancing the user experience with updates rolling out in July. If you have any feedback or suggestion on the usability, we would love to hear from you. That's all from the marketing updates. And now let's move on to your questions. Okay, we have quite a number of questions. Okay, we have one here. Jack, do you want to take the question from Ashley?
Yes, I can see the question is coolant to be used or only air? Well, in this case, we highly recommend giving dry machining a try because especially if you are more familiar with wet machining. Because that said, this observation is based on the general market trends we are aware of. There may be regions or industries where wet machining is more widely practiced. If that's the case in your area, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, to our sales representative. We genuinely appreciate these kind of insights as they help us better understand the market trend as well. So yes, we recommend only dry machining in DM70X. I hope this answers your question.
Okay, I will answer another one here live. Are customization option available for DM70X series, such as modification to suit specific application or customer needs? Yes, modification is available. If the modification is something minimal, like example, changing a recess length, this can be done in under 2 weeks. But however, if it's a more complex modification, such as different diameter or longer cutting length or longer tool length, we can be done, but it will take slightly longer. So in general, the answer to this is yes, modification is possible. Let me see. Okay, there's one question here. I'm going to answer live. Sorry. When might we expect the new catalog with new items? For this one, with each new launch, we will release specific product leaflets. But for a general catalog, this one, it will not be anytime soon, probably sometime early next year only. For this, once we have an exact date, I will give you an update directly. Hope this answer your question. If you guys want to answer any question live, feel free to go ahead.
We have another question here. Could you briefly explain what specific design changes HPMT made to enhance the tool quality to meet or exceed the top standards? So the improved results we have shared are primarily due to several key factors. Firstly, we have been working on this DM70X for the past 2.5 years. During this time, we gathered valuable feedbacks we obtained after launching the previous DM70. And we also took into consideration of the standard special requirements we received, as well as understanding the actual pain points of our customers to come up with the new geometry design. Apart from that, we also developed the Supreme Edge technology that helped greatly in improving our cutting edge. So together with this new improved coating, all of this contributed into making our DM70X a much more better product.
Jet, do you want to take the question with the enhancement? Are there any trade-off or potential weakness in the current DM70X tool performance that we should be aware of? I think this is an interesting question. Can you address this?
Yeah, this one will be similar to the first question I just answered. So if I had to point out thing we should be aware of, there might be wet machining, because this DM70X we highly recommend for dry machining. So if you are aiming to achieve the excellent tool life, the best performance result, we strongly recommend use for dry machining only. I hope this answers your question.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to answer another one here live. How does the pricing of DM70X compare to your previous product series such as BN60? So when we launched the DM70, we have positioned them same price as our previous SE BN60. And now that we have launched the new DM70X, we have positioned them same price as the DM70. So in short, the price for the DM70X is similar to the BN60. There's no changes. Hope this answers your question. Okay, I see there's still a lot of questions more to answer, but due to the time constraint, we will end the session right now. We will, for the question that we didn't get to answer, we will follow up with you directly to provide the answer. And if you have any questions, further questions that you just thought of, or after the webinar you have just thought of, you can reach out to your respective sales representative who will be happy to assist you. Alternatively, you can reach out to HPMT directly at info@hpmtindustry.com. I repeat, info@hpmtindustry.com. Thank you once again for taking the time to join us in today's DM70X webinar. We hope you found the session insightful and excited to introduce this latest innovation to your customers. We have full confidence in the performance of the DM70X, and we are certain that you and your customers will experience the same confidence through outstanding result. Don't wait. Reach out to us and place your order soon to get started. Before I wrap up, be sure to follow us on our various social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok, and visit our website to stay up to date with the latest news and updates. Thank you all. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you in the next session. Bye-bye.